The wonderful world of Ubuntu. Taters Incorporated operating system plans going forward. We at Taters may have missed the mark with Microsoft Windows XP, but we were able to find another operating system, otherwise known as OS, that should be just as sufficient. Today I'll be presenting the Ubuntu OS to you. I'll be discussing how this OS will work perfectly with Taters' day-to-day tasks to ensure that we remain productive, efficient, and secure with how we handle our daily business tasks. Missing out on Microsoft Windows OS isn't a bad thing. Microsoft Windows may be a household name and a highly utilized OS, but it is not perfect by any means. Here are some of the issues commonly encountered using Microsoft Windows OS. Security. Security is very important to our daily business. Windows 10 and other Windows OSs have been targeted by malware heavily. Some of that comes from the Internet Explorer system, and there's also the issue of being able to simply install things on your computer with no security password. Constant updates. With Microsoft Windows, there are constant update requests to continue to upgrade your PC or laptops. Updates can be time-consuming, updates can interrupt the workflow, and they can simply be an inconvenience to your workday. More inconveniences with updates. Not only are there updates with OS itself, but there are also program, application, and software updates that have to be done as well to maintain the upkeep on those products and software products as well. The issue with that is, again, it also provides inconvenience, it's time consuming, and it can interrupt the workflow. Internet usage. Those who were used to using the Chrome system would now need to become used to working with Edge, which operates a bit different from Chrome. Missing out on Microsoft OS isn't a bad thing. Continued. Navigation. For some of those people who have migrated over to Microsoft Windows, it is a bit different from those that may have come from Google Chrome or other operating systems. So you want to make sure that you are as comfortable as possible with your computer and the navigation of your computer to make your daily tasks and daily duties as easy, quick, and productive and efficient as possible. The comfort of Microsoft Windows. Microsoft Windows does not allow you to personalize your OS the way you may want. Whereas Ubuntu allows you to completely personalize everything that you would like your computer to do for you. As far as the cost, Microsoft Windows will cost you some type of money for any time that you would be putting that operating system on your computer. For personal use, it will be $119.99, and for business use, it would be $199.99, whereas Ubuntu is free of charge for all to use. What makes Ubuntu the operating system of choice? Security. Ubuntu is more secure than MS operating systems. They are not 100% secure, as no operating system is, but it is less likely that you will end up with viruses or malware using the Ubuntu operating system. There are options for you to also provide security and protection throughout the Ubuntu system as well. The comfort with Ubuntu, you can personalize the system to work best with your needs, which is opposite of the Microsoft Windows operating system. Ubuntu is it has a very simple layout. It's very simple to navigate. It's very simple to utilize. And that can also allow you to be efficient because you're able to navigate as quickly as possible. The cost of Ubuntu is free of charge again, so that's definitely helpful to the company itself. As far as updates with Ubuntu, there are updates with Ubuntu, not as many as some may see with the Microsoft Windows operating system. However, you can dictate when you would like to have those updates actually processed using Ubuntu. The software and applications within Ubuntu is actually open source. These are applications which offer a full slate of functionality. They do have an application store that you can go into and access many applications that are similar to those that you may use in a Microsoft Windows setting, such as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office. They do have compatible applications. The system requirements are actually minimal for Ubuntu compared to Microsoft Windows. You would need minimal or recommended amount of 700 megahertz, 5 gigabytes, 512 megabytes of RAM. As far as the applications that I have chosen to utilize for the company, and we can always add more as we go, and I'll display some of them in just a moment, would be Thunderbird Mail. This is a mailing application that will allow you to access many different types of mailing systems, Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, etc. Using the mailing system will allow us to stay in touch with one another internally as employees. It'll also allow us to also speak with employees who are working remotely in different places. And it would also allow us to speak with any customers that do actually utilize Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, or any other type of URLs for emailing. I'm also utilizing an application called Files, which was also known as Nautilus. This will actually allow us to save files from internal employees or customers who are external for access at any time. You are also able to create files and folders as needed. I've also selected the calendar application. I think that the calendar application is a very necessary application when running an everyday business, because it allows you to set events or work items on specific days so that you can keep track and remain organized with your daily task. Also, Pigeon Instant Messenger. Sometimes people do not want to send emails all day on a constant basis. So with Pigeon Instant Messenger, you can have a continuous conversation with someone internally and possibly externally if that customer has a URL that Pigeon allows to be utilized, such as a Gmail or a Yahoo Messenger. So that allows for constant conversation rather than conversation with many breaks in between, so that you may be able to get a question answered in as quickly as possible, or you can have a longer flowing conversation that you don't want to have a long email thread about. I've also chosen Document Viewer. With Document Viewer, it allows you to view many different types of files. Example would be a PDF file, whether we're creating invoices internally in PDF format, or finance or our finance department is also creating or receiving invoices. They're able to view or create those in PDF format. If our order entry department or other departments are receiving purchase orders, they can also be viewed. So the document viewer allows us to view many different types of documents in different formats. Here's a continuation of the applications I've chosen. A lot of us use sticky notes, post-it notes at our desk. So I've actually found an application called Notes, which is basically sticky notes on your computer. You're able to make notes, whether it be notes from a call that you just had, or if it is from a brief conversation that you had that you needed to make notes to keep for later. You're able to open up the Notes application, apply those notes on there, and you'll be able to look and see what that was at a later point, or utilize that to add to your notes or to an email conversation that you may have had, or just a reminder to yourself. Back to the security aspect, as I was saying earlier, here is an application that we can actually use for security, which is called Firewall. This will be helpful for our IT department, as well as just in a general sense to protect our daily business. It will allow you to create a firewall for security purposes within the operating system itself. The internet that I've chosen would be Firefox. This application is for our research purposes, or to look up certain things online using the internet. And Firefox will work as well as any other internet site that's available. I've also found LibreOffice, which is very similar to Microsoft Word. This application will allow us to type up documents for customers, also internal information such as policies, manual invoices, instructions, contracts, so on and so forth, so that we can actually ensure that we're getting that information out to the customer, or if it's internal, we can save it on file or send it via email, and it can be viewed throughout the company or by the customer if necessary. Also, LibreOffice Calc. This application is very similar to Excel. This will allow the department to create and manage budgets, whether that's in the finance department, creating financial planning as well, whether that's in the finance department, order entry department, several of our departments. And there's also many other options that you can utilize with an Excel-based program. So now I'm actually going to show you a few items within the operating system that I created. And as you can see, you can actually change the layout for your desktop, which is very unique. All right, so as you can see, I'm now logged into my desktop, and you can see the layout here is just a picture of the city, which I was able to find within the Ubuntu setup that I already had. On the left side, you'll actually see the applications that I've downloaded and added to the taskbar on the left side. You can search easily through the Ubuntu operating system by going to the top left, clicking the search your computer icon. And once you click on that, just bear with me a moment, it's moving slowly here. All right. Once you click on that, you can search your computer for the items that you may have on your computer. So I'm going to just look for the application called Files. And so many items come up under Files. So I'll just click on the actual Files application that I've chosen to utilize for this system. So as that opens, so here you have many folders that have been created or already in existence. So I've gone ahead and created a folder called Project, just to show you that there's a folder that can be in existence. And when you open this folder, I've also saved a photo to this file to show that you are capable of adding things to each folder that's in the system. There we go. And so I have chosen to save a file which is called Tots. It's a picture of tater tots, which is very representative of our company, Taters. So there you can see the photo of the tater tots that I've saved on the file. And so you can save many different types of files, JPEG files, PDF files, Word documents. You can save many types of files within the file application. Also, Document Viewer. This is the application in which you're able to view PDF files, which I've gone ahead and added a PDF onto the system here. This has nothing to do with our company specifically, but this was just something that I found online to show that there is a PDF availability. So you can pull up the PDF and you can actually enlarge that, since this may not be the best size. Highlight if necessary. You can minimize this to bring it back down to a more reasonable size for your screen. You can also maximize at any time any of the applications that you may have. So here you have the PDF file. In order to close the application, just scroll to the top taskbar and you'll hit the X icon on the top left. You can also minimize or enlarge any of the applications or screens that you have open. Here is the calendar application that I've chosen, which is the third icon down. So here we can create an event. We'll title it Project, Personal. We can edit the details as far as the time. We'll make it an all-day event. And you'll see that on March 5th, we have the project listed to be done on March 5th, where we can go in and work on it. You can title it however you see necessary. So that's how you would actually operate the calendar, and you can set that to month or year and choose a specific date that you need to apply any type of notes on. Here we have the Pigeon Instant Messenger application. Now, I do not actually have anyone on my Yahoo account. However, if you give me a second, I can log back in. So unfortunately, like I said, I don't have anyone on my Yahoo account. But if I had someone else that is on Yahoo that I could actually speak with, their name would show up here in the buddy list. I would highlight their name by double clicking their name. and the messenger box would appear. I could type in my message, hit enter, and it would send the message off to that person. We can begin our conversation at that point. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to test that out on because no one has the messenger application that I'm able to speak with at this current time. Also, here's the application referred to as Thunder Mail. Here, you'll be able to send out emails, receive emails from customers, internal, external employees, and you can have your conversations via email. You're able to send documents, you're able to send files through this email format as well. This email is ran through many different sites. So I've gone ahead and added my Gmail account to the application. And so here you can see some of the emails that I have pop up. This looks like a lot of junk mail here. And you're able to go in and access your mail, open the mail, view the mail, as you would with a Microsoft Outlook or any of the other email applications that are available. And if you give me a second, the message is loading, as you can see here in the top left. And so by using the ThunderMail email application, you're able to, like I said, email internally, externally, through Gmail, Yahoo, AOL. If you have a Microsoft email, you can utilize it through there. If you have any other type of URLs, you can utilize many different email URLs within ThunderMail itself. And it's moving very slow, trying to open this mail. Let's see if I can get this email to actually open. And as you can see, as emails are coming in, the number here is actually going up on the ThunderMail application. There you go. As you can see, it's going up. So it's bringing in all the emails that I had on my Gmail account, which is probably what's slowing down the message. But here we are. Here's the message. Here's the email. It's just an email from Finish Line. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. As you can see, it does pull up the message. Now I'll close ThunderMail as well. After ThunderMail, we can discuss the Notes application. And here's the application that I was referring to as a sticky note that you can add onto your account. And as you can see, there's your sticky note, and it will remain on the screen for you, so you can add as many notes as you would like. And you can word it however you see fit, set it up however you like as far as what your note should say and shouldn't say. That's how the Notes application will work. And here is LibreOffice Writer. Similar to a Microsoft Word, we'll be able to create Word documents, if you will, here. And like I said, we can also create contracts that need to be signed. We can also create manual invoices that may need to be sent out. We can also send out policies or information that's required internally, or instructions that are needed that may need to be shown to a new employee, or to cross-train someone in another department. So I'm just going to make a little note here just to show you it is operating properly. So you see you have the same. If you'd like to create a new page, you just click new, If you like to open an item and open it within the LibreOffice Writer, you just click on the Open tab here, and whatever that file is that you're trying to open to view, you can pull that up there. And here, if you want to save this item, you would just click the Save tab, or you can click on the drop down to save it as a specific type of actual item. So I don't want to save it. And then we have LibreOffice Calc, which again is similar to Excel. If you see it, it pretty much resembles the same layout as an Excel spreadsheet server. You're able, again, there we go. So as you can see, you're able to type within each of the actual quadrants. And there you can see I did 8 minus 8 gives us 0. It works the same exact way as Excel. So within the LibreOffice Calc, this is going to allow us to create many types of Excel spreadsheets, whether it's for our finance department running bad debt reports, where there's several numbers or invoices that needed to be ran. That's also something good for our finance department or order entry department, or just in a general whole as the company, that we can take a look at to actually create any kind of budgets or financial planning for the future or present that we're looking for. So that application will be very helpful pretty much for a broad spectrum of the company in a general sense. Here we have the firewall application, and this is going to be beneficial for the company as a whole because it adds a little bit more protection to us, to our company and each user. And it also will be very helpful to our IT department, as they'll be able to go through and take a look at certain specs here to set up our services accordingly. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you anything security wise. That would be something that our IT department would have to go through and set up and explain, but this does give them the option to set up an extra firewall to ensure that there are no issues that will occur as far as viruses, malware, and certain things getting through our systems. And now I'll also show you the Firefox internet application. Firefox is going to work just like any other internet application, whether it's Explorer or Chrome. We're able to go in and pull up different websites to do our searches online if we need to look up customer information, if we need to look up business information, or if we need to look up currency exchanges, anything along those lines, we'll be able to access that information. So it is fully operable. See, I'm pulling up Durham Tech Community College. And that is how the applications would operate. And like I said, this system, the Ubuntu operating system, is very easy to operate. It's very easy to navigate. Like I said, all of the information that you would like can be found on the left-hand side from what you're adding. You can change your system settings. Here is the application store that you can go into, a recycling bin that you want to drag any of the deleted files or deleted applications into. And I'll just show you briefly the software store to show you that we can access many different items that I haven't even shown you. So we've got access to Skype, Spotify, if you'd like to listen to music at your desk while you're working. Scanning options so you can view scanned files. So and at the bottom, you've got categories that you can go to actually find specific items, or you can also go up to the search bar here at the top and type in certain things that you would like to look for. So I'm typing in Excel. And so different items come up. So you see LibreOffice Calculator comes up with the title of Excel, essentially, because it is very familiar. So that is basically how you would operate the Ubuntu operating system. We can close that out. And to log out, you would simply shut down the guest, which would be closing down the virtual machine. And so while that shuts down, I'll get back to more helpful information. Issues that may arise with Ubuntu. As I stated, there are updates available with Ubuntu. They do not require you to do them at the same time or require you to do them at the time that they appear. It does give you the option to skip it, postpone it, remind me later, which is very similar to Microsoft Windows. However, it doesn't seem that there are as many updates. There's times where you can log into Microsoft and you've got 200 updates that you've got to actually take care of, which could take hours at a time. And if you've got an entire office building that's got an update that's due at the same time, again, that does take away from the productivity of that day. However, with Ubuntu, like I said, you still will need to update your files and update your system, but it's not going to be as in-depth and as long as the Microsoft Office. And then as far as Ubuntu support, there's not a hotline that you can contact to say I've got an issue with my Ubuntu operating system. You would essentially have to go online and search through forums and online websites to kind of read some information, whereas a Microsoft Windows has a little bit more of an in-depth assisting method that you can contact via phone or email and kind of get some assistance on resolving an issue. Why do we need to choose Ubuntu? Ubuntu is as sufficient, if not better, than Microsoft Windows operating systems. Ubuntu will not keep anyone within Taters from being able to do their job efficiently and remain productive. Our productivity should and will remain the same. Using Ubuntu will not cost Taters a single dime. We'll be able to place the operating system on everyone's computer at no charge. Whereas with Microsoft Windows, you would have to pay some type of funds towards applying that operating system to each individual's computers. As I stated, for our IT department, the system can be managed just as easily using Ubuntu, and security aspect of things also remains the same, if not better, as there is a minimal threat for breaches using Ubuntu, and you do still have options to add extra system security to Ubuntu. So we want to ensure that our employees can easily maneuver the system. That way, they are able to personalize the system to make sure that it's most efficient for themselves, which will also ensure productivity. So with that being said, I say that Ubuntu is our answer for the operating system of choice. And that does conclude my presentation. Thank you.